think imposes height, imposes reach, imposes weight difference. I mean, all the advantages he has, he didn't use last time. When he allowed, the smaller man, it's a good little man, isn't he? He's a good small man. But I think he allowed the smaller man to bully him around the ring. I'd be a bit inclined to hold my feet, hit him hard, use the weight advantage, use the reach advantage, use the height advantage that I don't think he used last time, and just have one voice in the corner.
It's really interesting, actually, what Usyk's going to do, because Fury's probably going to shake it up a little bit and try and get that jab going harder. The uppercuts, everything that worked between rounds 4 and 7 for him, he'll want that. I spoke to Sugar Hill earlier, and he's like, just don't get caught. It's all going well. Round 7, round 8, he's thinking, put the guy away. And then, of course, round 9 happened, and that might have a big impact on this fight. Can Usyk hurt Fury again? That's the other thing. And if Fury's going to go for it early, and will he leave enough gas in the tank for the second half if Usyk survives the storm? I mean, it's a really, really puzzling fight, this. I think, who's Usyk going to spar with this time? He's put out and ready to fight, who are going to come over, who are Tyson Fury-esque. Who's Fury going to use? He had the cut last time. That troubled him a little bit in preparation. Now he's got 8-9 clear weeks. Sparring's going to be very, very important, and they've both got to be crisp and sharp. And I think the first 2 or 3 rounds of the fight are so important, Andy, because last time Usyk, like he did against Joshua in that first fight, he did something in that first round that just confused things. He just made Fury miss a little bit, made Fury a little bit lackadaisical. He chased him around the corners, he pinned him, he feinted a lot, and I think he got a really good start to the fight. I think Fury's going to have that sort of start this time around, because I think it could get tough down the stretch because of Usyk's conditioning. Or are they going to go for bust and try and knock Oleksandr Usyk out and utilise that weight and the size advantage? But it didn't work last time. So, there's a lot to work out for Team Fury with Sugar Hill and Andy Lee, and obviously Team Usyk as It's elite boxing, and we saw with Bivol Beterbiev, it's fine margins. Was it Bivol, was it Beterbiev? I like Bivol, other people like Beterbiev, the judges like Beterbiev. I thought the wrong guy went home with the treasure, but I thought the right guy went home with the treasure in May. Who's going to get it in December, Andy?
You will see a much better Tyson Fury, I believe, because fights are won and lost in the ring, but they're also won and lost in training camps. And when you're preparing for the biggest fight of your career with against your best opponent in Usyk, but you've been cut in the previous camp and you're carrying a cut and you can't spar for the biggest fight of your life, how are you going to perform well or perform to your maximum? So I'd say you didn't see a shadow of the man, but you didn't see the full Tyson Fury in the first fight, and the first fight was close. Got through round 9, showed incredible heart and incredible bravery in round 9, and courage, and probably won round 12, and the other 2 rounds were close. So it was a close fight the first time round, but because of that round 9, that's the highlight that gets shown all the time, and people's impression of the fight and the remembering of the fight is round 9. But they don't remember all the other rounds where Tyson was boxing and going to the body and hurt Usyk a couple times. Usyk is a phenomenal boxer. He will be better in the rematch, but Tyson can be a lot better than he was in the first fight. So I think he can be heavier as well, sharper, more conditioned, more fitter, and all those things will make you believe that he's going to win the rematch.
I don't know. I think people are making a lot over the first fight, as in it was a wide win. It was still a close fight, the first one, and I think if a better Fury turns up, but I think you can always get a better Usyk. I don't know whether Usyk might just have his number. I think he might have all the number. I think he's hard to beat, but look, it's a fight I'm looking forward to. I think it's intriguing. I think it'll be another close one again, but I don't know. I think going off the last fight with momentum, you've got to back Usyk, but I said it wasn't as wide as what people are making out. It was a razor-thin decision last time, even with was it round 8 or 9, almost stopping him, yeah. So I don't know. I think if Fury can make adjustments, it's definitely a winnable fight for Fury. I just think you've got to side with Usyk at the minute.
I'm leaning towards Usyk again. It just seems hard to bet against him, to be honest. He just always seems to find a way. Like, he's really good at adapting, and I think like I wouldn't be shocked if Fury turned it round at all. Like, he's a top fighter. He's there for a reason, but I just think he seems to find a way, Usyk.
I watched it again the other day, you know, and I don't know. Look, what I will say is, I was quite heavily in favour of Usyk when the first fight finished, and I had a few days to sort of let the dust settle. I thought Usyk will win that fight, and I've watched it back since, and I'll pick out one round, round 6. Fury looked very dangerous, and there was a point where I thought Usyk might be wilting. He might be looking like a really beaten man, and if he can sort of maintain that from start to finish, Fury wins this fight. But you can never write off Usyk. I mean, he's a master, he really is. And another thing to bear in mind is the rematches that they've had. I think Fury's had 3: Chisora, McDermott, and Wilder. And he's always looked better in the rematches. Whereas if you look at Usyk, the one rematch he had against AJ's done better in the second fight. So, you know, it really is an intriguing battle. People may be watching this thinking, what are you talking about? Usyk, he's won the first fight, he's going to even do better in the second fight. Well, I actually think Fury's going to do better. So I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to watch it one more time before I fly out to Riyadh, because me and Barry are going to be doing like a breakdown of the fight. But it's in the balance for me. I think the fight is more intriguing now than it was when it was than the first fight. I think it's more intriguing now because of the fight that we see in that first battle. Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, I think Tyson's going to win the rematch, if I'm honest. I do. I've said. I don't know why I think he's going to win the rematch, and I think there's going to be a third fight. So yeah, I can see that. But Usyk's my favourite fighter, so I don't know why I think Tyson's going to win. I don't think he's going to do as much showboating, but still going to be a tremendous fight. Just because I've talked shit about Tommy doesn't mean I can't rate the fight. Fucking 2 of the greatest heavyweights of our time.
I don't know, because I don't know what either fighter's got left. I'll be honest here. Just to put it as it is, I don't think Fury's got much left. But I also think since the move up to heavyweight, just unless you've been hit off of guys that are bigger than you, you might not agree with what I'm saying. But even just getting whacked around the shoulders, the body, it takes so much out of you when you're in with guys that are a lot bigger than you. And he's having to do it consistently in sparring and in fights at heavyweight. I just look at him and I just think, you know, I remember with Bellew, the injuries he was accumulating as his career started winding down, and he got into the big fights. But the injuries, his last 4 fights, he went in with really bad injuries, and it's just the wear and tear. And I look at Usyk and I think that last fight was hard. He's had, you know, even the AJ fight. I know he's the second AJ fight was quite hard. He's taking a lot of hammer from these big guys. So I don't know what he's got left. And he's getting old. What is he, 36, 37? So for me, it depends what Usyk's got left. If Usyk still got it left, got still as he is, then I think Usyk again. But it's intriguing because both fighters now, I think, are on that slide, and so we'll see who's got what left. But I might change my mind next time he speaks to me, so I don't know.
I can't wait for this fight. I mean, it's very difficult to beat Usyk full stop, but it's really difficult to beat him after he's already beaten you. And I think he's so confident, Usyk, going into this fight. But listen, Fury is capable of anything, and he's a great fighter, and hopefully he can do the business.
Do you think Fury's mentality and mindset of whenever he's faced a previous opponent in a rematch is always stopped for him, won't come to fruition in this time round?
I think he could stop Usyk. I think he could, yeah. But doing it is, it's very difficult, and he's going to be up against it. He's definitely got the ability to win the fight. The first fight was very close. I mentioned that at the presser yesterday. After I was up there, found myself up on the top table on Team Fury's side, and I'd like to see him do it. I would.
I'm excited. I'm not nervous because I believe in my man. I believe that he will do the job. And it won't be easy. It's going to be a tough fight. There's no doubt about that. The first time round, It was a very tough fight for both of them. It was a fag paper in it as far as the decision was concerned with some people, including myself. This time round, Tyson's got to ensure emphatically that he gets the result. One of the judges thought he did last time. The other judge had a round in it. So this time round, Tyson has to go out and show what he's all about.
With regards to Tyson, then, is it a matter of he needs to finish it within the distance if he needs it emphatic?
No, I think he will finish it inside the distance. But he can outbox him. He was outboxing the first half of the fight, and he won the last round of the fight. He outboxed him in the last round on the 3 judges' cards as well.
Hopefully, Tyson Fury can drag him into a dogfight like I thought he should have approached the first fight, because when you've got so much size and weight advantage, you've got to utilise it. And I don't ever think someone who's so ring savvy and experienced and learns from a fight as it progresses. Usyk is so well versed in that. He adapts to you so well. You can't allow him to go into the second half of the fight where he's just being outboxed, but he's not being outmanned. And I feel like Fury's got to outman him, drag him into an ugly fight, work his body, and make sure he's fatigued going into the second half of the fight so he can't run away with it.
The rematch. I think Fury's going to win. I think the first fight was so close, but I think Fury's got more adapting he can do as opposed to Usyk's always consistent, always, matter of fact. So if he's able to, I don't think he's going to be able to climb another level. I think he's just always at A. But I think Fury might just be able to get to A+ on a day. That's my thoughts.
Difficult to say. I mean, it was hard to pick a winner first time, but I did pick Fury. This one, when the fight was over the first time, that night when we were kind of back, I remember saying it actually to a couple of the people on the Sky team. I said, Usyk will win it better the next time. But that's your initial thoughts after the fight. But actually, thinking about it, I don't know if I still feel that way, because that fight took a lot out of both of them at this stage in both of their careers and lives. Usyk's 37 years of age. I know he's probably fresher in some ways to Fury, but he's done a lot of 12-round fights. He's not a massive puncher, so he's done a lot of 12-round fights, a lot of training camps, and he's 37, and all those amateur fights. So neither are spring chickens. Do you know what I mean? So, and in terms of tactics, I think Fury can definitely improve on the first fight. I thought he gave the first 3 rounds away by backing off and trying to box, and it just invited pressure on and let Usyk take the centre of the ring. I think in the rematch, I would be surprised if Fury doesn't try and take the centre of the ring and looks to back Usyk up, which that'll give the fight a different dynamic in terms of tactics and game plan. So it'll be interesting if Fury does do that and he does back him up, and how Usyk sort of counteracts that.
Listen, there's not really much you can approach. You either go forward or you box backwards. If you can do a little bit of the both, it's a good start. And listen, he's just got to get fit, strong, and he'll do what he needs to do, Tyson. And that's the main thing. Send him out fit.
Yeah, that's another good one. I still think it's another 50-50, like the first one was 50-50. It was a close fight. A couple of moments here and there swung it, but still a close one. It's still a 50-50 fight.
How rather would you see Tyson take on this rematch? How do you want to see him approach it in comparison to the first fight?
For me, I like knockouts, so I like to see a knockout so we don't have to listen to the scorecards.